Okay, I want you to hypers in chat if you know of a YouTuber named CallMeCarson. You know him. He's a big YouTube boy. He streams mostly Minecraft stuff. That's what he's most well known for. Pretty beloved content creator online. Yeah, he's like really popular. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but sadly we've had a troubling allegation come out against him these last couple days, particularly yesterday. And yeah, it's not fantastic. There's been a lot of things being said about Carson. There's a lot of things being said about the ones making the accusations. Let's go in here with a completely unbiased perspective, look over it, find out whether or not Call Me Carson is actually a pedophile, and just generally go over the drama. Let's go over it. For the record, by the way, Call Me Carson is 21 years old. All right? I want to make that very clear right now. Call Me Carson is 21. So, pretty young, but we'll get into it in a minute. The age gap stuff, we're going to go over that in a minute. Content warning. Grooming, pedophilia, Carson situation. I can personally come out and say that I've been groomed by Carson. I've talked to many people and never came out about this since now. At the time, I was still 17 and in high school. So, let's start with the ages really quickly. All right? On her Twitter bio, it says she's still 18. Still 18 in 2021. She has to be turning 19 pretty fucking soon. I would think, right? Because if she was 17 back in 2019 when this drama happened and Carson was 19, then she has to be like really fucking, like she must have just turned 17 whenever all this happened, by the way, chat. Like it must have been really fucking recent unless she's like not changed her age to 19 yet. It's like really fucking wild. Like she must have been just barely 17 when this happened. Check her tweets. It explains her birthday. Where? Does anyone have a link to the tweet where it explains her birthday? She was 17? That's what I'm saying. She must have just turned 17. Cypress, do you have a link to that tweet? Do you have the linky? Please, Cypress. You're killing me. Come on. There's PVC right there. All right, I'm just gonna move on if you're not gonna link it, Cypress. If you get the link, send it to me, okay? All right, listen. So she is 18 now, so she must have like just turned 17 whenever all this stuff happened, which is odd. With that said, though, Carson at the time was 19, engaging in sexting. To his own admission, the exchange of nudes with a minor, because being 17 is technically a minor. And he was 19. Now, I'm going to be honest with all of you. Call Me Carson isn't a pedophile. I mean, at least we don't know. This isn't evidence that he's a pedophile, okay? He's not a pedophile, okay? Being a 19-year-old and dating a 17-year-old does not make you a pedophile. Like, come on. Listen. That does not make you a pedophile. In no world does that make you a pedophile. It is against the law, or actually, I think it might be legal in some places. Most places, maybe. But I do want to point out, regardless of that, despite it not being pedophilia, 17 and 19, especially a 17-year-old who just turned 17. When you just turn 17, you're basically still 16, okay? Not saying she was 16, but it's like, a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old, it's a problematic age difference, but it's not pedophilia. I want you guys to think about yourself. Oh, thank you, babe. Yep, there's a knife in there. There's a Khabib. Thank you, babe. Taco Bell. Listen, imagine yourselves at 17 and imagine yourselves at 19. Do you have any idea how different you were in regards to maturity and understanding of the world when you were that age. It's wild. 17-year-old me. Do you want to know what 17-year-old me was doing? Do you want to know what 17-year-old me was doing? Playing Minecraft, getting lost in a rabbit hole of reactionary content, and just like not even having I had just had my first job, but it wasn't even legal for me to have a full-time job, so it was part-time because legally they can't give you full-time hours when you're 17. I don't think. That's what you're like at 17. At 19, you're definitely driving. You're definitely able to work a full-time job. You're probably in college. You've probably, are supporting yourself. A 17-year-old, for the most part, can't support themselves. There are definitely problematic imbalances in regards to in regards to power and just general experience and maturity. That's what I think makes it problematic in regards to the age thing. Not that it's pedophilia or that it's predatory. It's not predatory for a 19-year-old to be interested in a 17-year-old, but the relationship in many cases, not always, can have some problematic elements when we're talking about an age gap that's only 2 years, but we're talking 2 years under 20. Age gaps start to become much less a problem once we go past the age of 20. Like for me, I'm 21, my girlfriend's 28. We have a 7-year age gap. Now, that's not so much a problem because we're over the age of 20, right? There is a difference in experience and maturity for sure, but like a 21-year-old can take care of themselves about the same as a 28-year-old, okay? So it's not really that big of an issue, you know? But when we're talking about a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old, this is a big difference, you know? This is actually a much more significant difference, for real. It is. So, with that said, in my opinion, the age gap is the least problematic aspect of this drama. I genuinely feel that way. We're going to read the thread in a second. The most problematic, I'm just going to give my opinion here up front. The most problematic thing about the drama to me are the following things. 1, there is an unquestionable power imbalance in between this girl and Carson. Okay? If you guys have been around for a while on my channel, you probably know I got accused of engaging in sexual behavior with a fan once. Now, thankfully, I was able to debunk all those accusations because I had a lot of screenshots proving that wasn't true. But in the case where a large YouTuber is actually engaging in sexual behavior with a fan, that's pretty problematic. If that's a true accusation, then that's a problem. Because if we're talking about a fan and creator YouTube kind of relationship, there are definitely a lot of problems that can come from it. Now, granted, there are different, case by case basis, right? Like, let's say, for example, someone sees another person's content and thinks, that content's pretty good. I'm going to hit them up on Instagram because I think they're cute. That's what happened with me and Lonnie, and now we're dating. And it wasn't really problematic. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and read the thread and find out what happened. In this case, it's a bit more, it's not as mature as that. It's not as adult as that. It's not as unproblematic as that. So let's go ahead and read it. I jokingly tweeted at Carson, "Be my boyfriend," on my old account. He didn't reply to the tweet and went straight to my DMs. I don't have old screenshots, but I have Discord messages. Continued. So already that's kind of a problem, right? Like if some 17-year-old girl who's clearly a fan of you tweets at you, "Be my boyfriend," and then you go drop in their DMs, that is probably the worst conduct you could possibly engage in regards to this. And we're also about to get some really cringy messages on par with the pyrocynical drama. Not quite as cringy, but still on par with it. Here's a few things he has said to me. Now, I'd like to point out, these screenshots are out of context, though I can't imagine a context in which these screenshots don't look as bad as they do. It is definitely possible to clip screenshots to change an entire narrative. It was done with the Pokimane drama. So yeah, let's go ahead and read these. This was 04/03/2019. So this is a month before CallMeCarson's 20th birthday, by the way. So she had just turned 17, and he was about to turn 20. I'm scared. I want to talk to you for the wrong reasons. Elaborate. What if I only want to talk to you for the sexual part of it? I don't want that, but like, I'm worried about it. What if subconsciously I'm only talking to you because it turns me on or something? Chat? Maybe Carson is genuinely this weird of a dude in private. Maybe that's the case. Maybe he legitimately is an extremely awkward, weird person in private. That's not out of the question. He is at the time, 19-year-old Minecraft streamer. It's completely within question. However, if you feel subconsciously that you're talking to someone for the wrong reasons and that's just sexual, then that's something that you would talk about with yourself. That's something you should internally be dealing with. You would never bring this up to the girl that you're talking to, and like, it comes off as manipulative to me. It comes off as some kind of like guilt tripping thing. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. Like, especially when we read some more messages, we'll get more messages in a second. It comes off as like sort of manipulative to me. Ossoff is 100k votes ahead. Pog. We'll get to the results in a minute. We go to the next page. Is that really what you want? What other options are there? Also, what would you want to happen? IDK. All I know is every time I jack off now, I have a really hard time not thinking of you. Listen, I'm going to be... Guys, listen to me, okay? These messages are really awkward when you're someone from the outside looking in. But, like, I'm sure if you looked at, like, some of your own private DMs with your significant other, your sexting is about this, at least this cringy, okay? Let's be real here. I'm sure if you all looked at your recent messages from the last person you sexted, that you were in your significant other or whatever, it was at least this creepy, okay? I would not be surprised. It's awkward for people looking from the outside in. I'm not this cringe. Other people might think otherwise. Really. I guess my brain got stimulated and now it wants more, you know? Okay, that is undeniably cringy, okay? I take back what I said. This line here, I guess my brain got stimulated and now it wants more, you know? That is undeniably fucking cringe, okay? There is no universe in which that's not cringe, okay? Sorry, I was in school, but yeah, I get that. Oh no, that sentence just comes off wrong. I don't know why, but there's just something about that comes off as so fucking weird. What if we read up on Snap, and next time you're horny, we have some fun again? I just don't want that to be the only thing we do, you know? Yeah, but fuck, Sam. You're hard to resist. So are you. I feel like this is all my fault. Damn. If anything, it's my fault because I can't control myself. That's guilt tripping, okay? That is like, whether he realizes it or not, it's completely possible he doesn't realize that what he's doing right now is manipulative. This is manipulative and guilt tripping, whether he realizes it or not. Yeah, imagine being horny for CallMeCarson. CallMeCarson is like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine being like a girl and being into CallMeCarson. I am straight, but like I can imagine being a girl and being horny for Hassan. I can't imagine being a girl and being horny for CallMeCarson. I can't. Granted, I couldn't imagine being a girl and being horny for me. So, you know, it is what it is. Fucking hell, I want to, but it's a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared getting your hopes up or something. I'm willing to try, but it's such a bad idea, but so is sexting you. Fuck. So this seems to demonstrate to me that he seems to realize that something that he's doing here is wrong or a problem, you know? It just seems like he feels like what he's doing is wrong. Here's some more messages. We should add back on Snap. What do you think? Sounds good to me, but like I said, I don't want it to be just sexual, you know? I wouldn't mind calling and watching shit together or playing something, you feel? Yeah, I feel you. Just hit me up next time you're horny. I'll leave it up to you for when we do sexual stuff. This is absolutely guilt tripping. It may not seem that way. If you're looking at this right now, it may feel like what he's saying right now is like, okay, yeah, sure. If you're not down to do anything sexual, let me know when you're down to do something sexual. The way I'm reading this right now is, okay, I'm going to give you the silent treatment until next time you're down to sext. That's the impression I'm getting from here. Am I crazy? Am I the only one getting that impression from this? Chat, hypers if you're getting that impression too. Oh, look. Okay. Cypress just sent me a DM with the proof here. I just turned 17 at the time. March 16th is my birthday. So she had just turned 17, by the way. As I suspected. So yeah, I'm not the only one that feels like that's what's happening here. Like it's putting all the pressure on her under the veil of consent and her being in control. Exactly, Vermin. Couldn't have said it better myself. Exactly. This is like a very covert, manipulative way of guilt tripping someone by making them feel like it's all in their hands, but in reality, you're dumping all of the responsibility on them, not all of the agency. You're trying to make it look like you're giving them the agency, but you're just giving them the responsibility. It's very different. There's a very big distinction there. PAX is fun. The town I live in is all white people. Ugh, white. I wanted to go to PAX but completely forgot to get tickets. Next year I think I'm going with my friend. Bro, we could have gone on a date. When do you turn 18? I needed to talk to a fan that just turned 17 that I'm interested in getting to know better despite my own concerns, given the circumstances of the situation, their own list of problems weighing it down. So I guess this is just here to confirm right here that, you know, he was very aware that she was underage. His account ID with my messages in the back. So this is confirmation that it is in fact him. He's literally admitted to it, by the way. Like there are messages from his private Discord servers that other YouTubers have linked by now of him acknowledging that he did this and that he sent nudes with several underage people. Several minors, none of them being like below the age of 17 though. So far, nothing's come out of him like doing anything sexting wise with anyone under the age of 17. So like I said, I'm maintaining that at the moment, this could change. I do not believe Carson's a pedophile. Just extremely cringy and using his platform when it comes to relationships with fans in a really inappropriate way. Another message. No nude photography, so I do not care. I only care about nude bodies. Nudies are a no-no. Stop. So this could come off as like a really playful conversation or a really like concerning one. It's really hard to tell with the way it's cut. It's really, really hard to tell with the way it's cut. But the way it looks is kind of like, you know, yeah, there could be some redemption for Carson that could come out here with added context. We don't know. If Carson makes a video or some response with extra context, then I'll cover it. But so far, this comes off as like more of a playful thing with a bit of a insidious undertone. Screen recording on my phone of the messages. So this is her scrolling through her DMs with Carson. So this is real. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. I saw an interesting exchange here. The thing is, I still really want to talk to you, and honestly, it's worth it for me, even if I still get hurt. How? It just is. You are also 17, and that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know. I guess we just stick to the plan? My feelings on this are a mess, so are mine. My brain keeps telling me I should stop talking to girls, period, full stop. But here I am. My brain is at the point of knowing this is wrong, but I really don't want to stop. Yeah, this comes off as, like, really problematic to me. Like, in the sense that Carson feels like what he was doing was wrong and still continued to do it anyway. Kind of weird. It's not, once again, not a pedophile, but definitely weird and problematic. To anyone else who experienced this, I'm hurting so much for all of you. No one deserves this. I'm here to talk. Thank you all. Sorry for the shaky hands. Some of you wanted to see more proof, so here's me showing our messages in a phone vid, not screen recording. So yeah, here's her on her computer, it seems, clicking on her DMs with CallMeCarson, confirming it's him. We don't need to look at that. It's been confirmed. He's admitted to it. And here's her definition of grooming: the practice of brushing and cleaning the coat of a horse or dog or other animal, or, in the case of this, the action by a pedophile of preparing a child for a meeting, especially via an internet chat room, with the intention of committing a sexual offense. Well, for one, I really think grooming is like a problematic term to use here. I'm going to be honest. I don't think grooming is an apt description of Carson here. I think it's really irresponsible to call him a groomer, unless we're using groomer in a more broad context to refer to the act of using your power in regards to getting into a sexual position with a fan of whom you have a lot more power than. Xander Destiny reacted to this and he mocked the girl for coming out about it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. Destiny's fucking Destiny. He's got his own fucking opinions. Now, images of child pornography are not protected under First Amendment rights and are illegal contraband under federal law. Section 2256 of Title 18 United States Code defines child pornography as any visual depiction of sexually explicit conduct involving a minor, someone under the under 18 years of age. So legally, Carson is absolutely in the wrong. He was 19 years old, exchanging nudes with a minor. The nudes that Carson received by law are considered child porn. Are they like technically and morally child porn? No, because the person, it's not a child, but still really problematic, not okay, and legally not a good thing. After watching Keem's new video, I realized I was in the wrong for calling Carson a pedophile. I used the word in the wrong context and would like to apologize. I'm sorry if I offended or hurt anyone by using the word incorrectly. This still doesn't justify his actions, though. I deeply apologize. So yeah. Isn't this just a stack of needles to dig your face into? Really unfortunate when a large beloved figure ends up dealing with some drama like this, because it's, it harms the person who was originally affected by it. In some cases, it can harm the creator that did this kind of stuff in ways that aren't exactly like deserving. And then of course it harms the audience. Carson doesn't deserve to have his career ruined because of this. My hot fucking spicy take: Carson does not deserve to have his career ruined because of this, okay? The age gap is not that problematic. It's problematic, but it's not that problematic. It's not pedophilia. He's not a pedophile. I don't think he was grooming anyone, unless more evidence comes out, obviously. And everything I say here, by the way, is subject to change as new evidence comes out. I don't think he deserves to have his career ruined. Yes, he does. Andrew, you're a fucking idiot if that's the case. I don't think he deserves to have his career ruined. What happened here was a 19-year-old, a very young person experiencing an unreasonable amount of fame and success for their age, talked to somebody who was maybe a little bit in the yikesy range in regards to age. 19 to 17 does start to get into the yike zone, obviously, especially since she had just turned 17. And he probably abused his position of power with a younger fan. And in response to that, it has left this girl feeling pretty fucked up about it. She's clearly not happy with what happened. She feels like she was taken advantage of. She feels like it was a problem for her. It clearly had a negative effect on her. So with that said, I do not believe Carson deserves to have his career ruined. What I think should happen is Carson should release more context to it, because clearly there's context cut out of here. Carson should explain his side of things, where he was at the time, mentally and emotionally and physically too. What his thought process is when this happened. Just generally release more context to it. Apologize, especially to the girl here, who is clearly emotionally disturbed by the events that happened. And it is up to the court of public opinion to deal with this. One thing that I also think is a pretty big problem is the fact that I don't think that online figures for the most part, are equipped to deal with this type of drama. I think Boblax has gone about it in a fairly reasonable way. He's one of the few drama YouTubers I've seen that have. Ironically, Keemstar, of all people, has been pretty reasonable about it, saying, guys, he's not a pedophile, he doesn't deserve his career ruined, but I do think it's problematic that he has so much power over the girl in this relationship because she's a fan and he's a creator, right? Of all people, I think Keemstar actually had a good take on this, though it's, yeah. Was Augie pretty good about it? I haven't seen Augie's takes on it, but, like, for the most part, people online, like, have been saying shit like, call me incarcerated, CallMeCarson's a pedophile, CallMeCarson grooms minors. Like, come on, like, let's look at this a little bit more nuanced than that, okay? It's a bit more complicated. And it's weird because I saw, like, the reverse as well. When I initially tweeted about this, I saw a shit ton of people on Twitter saying, Zan, why are you calling him a pedophile? It was only a 2-year age difference. And I'm like, where the fuck did I call him a pedophile? Literally nowhere. I've literally never once in my entire fucking life called CallMeCarson a pedophile. I don't know. I've literally never done that. I don't know where people were coming from with that on Twitter, but yeah. The correct position on this is that currently the age gap is a little yikesy. There could be problems there. CallMeCarson did engage in inappropriate behavior with a fan, and he should apologize for it and add more context to this whole situation. If his friends tried to get him to realize it's wrong and he didn't, then this drama is deserved. Yeah, maybe. It's just, I don't think that means his career should be ruined. Like, you have to understand, right? Like, the idea of him being a pedophile could be legitimately career ruining. How many subs has he dropped, by the way? I'm curious. Social Blade, CallMeCarson. Let's see. How many, how's this affected his channel? I'm very curious. Oh my god! He's got 3.25 million subs, which is a lot, but he lost 100,000 subs in 24 hours. Oh my god. Slimesicle reported him to the FBI? Homie, what? My statement about the Carson situation. Recently, if you guys don't know who Slimesicle is, big YouTuber, mostly focuses on Minecraft stuff. Recently, 2 former Lunch Club members, Lunch Club being a group of those YouTubers, 2 former Lunch Club members publicly alleged that Carson had been engaged in illegal activity with minors. To be clear, targeting a minor for grooming, sexting, and other inappropriate or unwanted sexual advances is illegal, and particularly disgusting if the person doing it is a YouTuber who has taken advantage of their fame to exploit young fans. My heart goes out to all those who have been victims. I'm sorry you went through that and encourage you to tell someone about it and get the help you need. And in an early 2020 phone call, Carson told all the Lunch Club members and our group manager that he had exchanged nudes with an unnamed girl he believed to be 17. Because I suspected a crime had been committed, I immediately reported this information to federal law enforcement, cut all ties to Carson, withdrew completely from the Lunch Club, although the Lunch Club manager had asked about a final March drop or a goodbye video. I refused these because I no longer wanted to be associated with Carson or Lunch Club. For all those asking why I did not speak publicly about these issues at the time, this is not drama. This is an alleged federal felony involving a child. 17's not exactly a child, but I'll give my thoughts on this in a second. As soon as I knew about this, I took every step to protect the unnamed victim and report the information I had to authorities. A crime should be treated as a crime. If you or any loved one is ever in a similar situation, I strongly encourage you to take similar actions and report it to the relevant authorities. No person should ever have to be the victim of something like this. Hey guys, I know you guys in chat are saying it's a felony and it's illegal what he did, and it is. Chat, it doesn't matter. Romeo and Juliet laws don't worry. Sorry. Romeo and Juliet laws do not matter when pictures are being taken and sent around of a minor. It doesn't matter. The relationship may have been legal, but the nudes is illegal. It is illegal, regardless of the age of the person being sent to. You guys do know that if a 16-year-old sends nudes to another 16-year-old that they're in a relationship with, it's still illegal. On both sides, by the way, because the person sending it is producing and soliciting child porn, and the person on the other end of it is receiving it. There have literally been 16-year-olds and 15-year-olds who have gotten in trouble legally because they've sent or received nudes from other people their age. Do I think that's a problem? That's probably an over-exaggeration. I don't think a teenager should get hit with a federal crime for sending nudes to their girlfriend that's the same age as them. That's probably not fucking okay. But I don't know. I don't know if Carson deserves to get fucking incarcerated for this. Legit info sent to the FBI. That sounds like fucking nuclear. Xander Hall, I don't agree with the power imbalance thing. As Asmongold said, are we just going to say that a YouTuber can't be romantically involved with a fan ever? That's not a position I agree with. These are human beings at the end of the day. It's the public that exalt them so high. If this was a regular situation, we would not call this a power imbalance. Nude and age of consent laws aside. Guys, I've repeated this a million times. I literally said this when my own drama happened. There is a difference between something like what happened with me and Lonnie, where Lonnie was, you could call, as she said, a fan of my content because she'd seen quite a few of my videos and liked it, and then decided to message me and we started talking. There's a difference between that and then a fan of yours adding you on Twitter saying, be my boyfriend, you slipping into their DMs, and then really quickly getting into sexting. Do you guys want to know how long it took for me and Lonnie to get past the flirting phase of things? A couple weeks. Me and Lonnie talked as friends and flirted and did video calls and just hung out pretty platonically for about 2 weeks. And we didn't consider ourselves in a relationship until 2 months later. We started talking in October and considered ourselves dating in December. 2 months. There's a difference between that and what happened here. Would that get the girl in trouble too since she took the nudes and sent them? Yes. That's also a thing to keep in mind here. It is very possible that if this does get picked up legally, that the girl who sent the nudes could also be liable. One of my foam pads just fell down. Could be in trouble legally. I don't know how it'll go because if they can spin in court with a lawyer that she was coerced into doing it and was not in her right mind, then she might be okay legally. But yeah. There's some dumb fuck in my chat spamming you fucking idiot. Amazing. Some people in my YouTube chat are just wild. Never change, YouTube chat. Yeah, terms like rape and abuser and groomer and pedophile are definitely being overused here. But yeah, she could be charged with production of child porn. Yeah, but it depends on the situation. I think legally, if she has a decent lawyer, if this does go to court, then it's very possible that she could plead that she was coerced into it. That's very possible. Yeah, YouTube frogs molding. Listen, chat, are we of agreement here? Are there any dumb arguments I need to argue with in chat right now? Are we of agreement? Do Discord screenshots count in court? I would assume you would need message IDs. Legit question. Mango, Discord screenshots would count in court just the same as any other PM messages would count. If this is literally how the pedophiles on To Catch a Predator got incarcerated in many of those episodes, because most of the evidence they had was through messages. It's just shit if the person who reported it didn't get the permission to the girl beforehand. That's true. If Slimesicle just went to the law authorities and reported this shit without the consent of the people involved, all of them, or at least the people who were the supposed victim in the situation, that would be pretty fucked up, because that would also be getting the girl involved into trouble as well. It takes 5 minutes to fake them in Firefox. You would think courts would make you turn over logins to prove the messages aren't forged. There's a whole process. There is a whole process that they go through here. It's more complicated and in depth and there's more safeguards than just, oh, here are some screenshots. That's not how it's done in court, okay? Yeah, they'll like, if messages have been deleted, they'll ask Discord to provide the logs before their deletion. There's all sorts of stuff that'll happen. But this is all, like, we're going way too far into this shit than is necessary here. We're going way too far into this shit than is necessary here. Are we of agreement that Carson, what he did here was pretty problematic, but he's not a pedophile. He probably wasn't grooming a minor, but he was definitely engaging in some inappropriate behavior that was definitely manipulative with a fan of his. There was problematic power imbalances, and this was a case where a fan-creator relationship was most definitely problematic. We all agree? We all agree. Pog. We all agree. Okay. I'm going to take a sip from my beautiful coldest water bottle now, because this video is sponsored, by the way. What a video to have sponsored, am I right? Coldest water bottle here. By the way, this part of the video isn't sponsored. Sponsorship ends here. Unironically, this water bottle is amazing. Like, last night at like 6 a.m., I put some ice and some water into the bottle, and I went to sleep, and then I woke up at like 3 p.m., and I took my first drink, and it was still as cold as I put the ice into the water bottle. Like, unironically, this is actually like a pretty good fucking water bottle. Like, I've been using it nonstop. It's the only thing I drink out of now. Like, holy fuck. Like, no sponsor. Like, I'm not saying this because I'm sponsored here. Unironically, this is a good fucking water bottle, okay? Now back to being sponsored. If you want to get one, then I have a link in my description, a promo link, that I get 5% of the proceeds of any purchases you get if you go through the link in the description. So definitely fucking do that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to see more from me and you want to keep up to date on this drama and hear my takes as things sort of unravel and unfold, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon so you actually get notified whenever I go live or upload a new video or anything like that. You can also follow me on Discord and Twitter, the link in the description. Join my fan Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Very, very nice place, my Twitter. Very spicy. Great time. Definitely follow me on Twitter. You can also, if you're very, very based and you want to give me some money because you have extra and you don't need it for anything else and you don't know what to do with it, you can pledge me on Patreon, hit the join button to become a channel member, or even subscribe or donate through my website, xanderhall.com/live, which, just by the way, if you're watching right now and you watch my streams, you should be on my website right now. This isn't my YouTube chat going by. This is my website chat. This is my exclusive, beautiful website, xanderhall.com/live. Custom chat, custom emotes. Everyone, type your favorite emote. Type your favorite emote right now. YouTube chat doesn't have this shit. Not even Twitch chat has this shit. Look at all these emotes. Look at that. We got dicks. We got white people. Look at all of them. Look at all those emotes. Look at that. Tell me that's not cool. Tell me that's not cool. All right? Definitely come join the website chat, xanderhall.com/live. There's a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and have a good one.